Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are still working on Love's Labour's Lost, and we get to hear from Berowne again, because he talks a lot. I warn you, he talks a lot in this play. So the stuff that's going on, Berowne, Dumaine, and Longueville have agreed to stay with King Ferdinand in the Kingdom of Navarre for 3 years to study, and they're talking about this agreement that they're all supposed to be signing that has some pretty strict stipulations, like they're not supposed to see women, they're not supposed to sleep more than 3 hours a night. They're not supposed to eat more than 1 meal a day, 1 day a week. They're supposed to fast. If a woman comes within a mile of the court, then she gets her tongue cut out. If one of the men is seen speaking to a woman, then they get to devise some fun, cruel punishment for him. And it's this one that stops Berowne. He's like, hang on a second. The Princess of France is coming here to talk about you giving the territory of Aquitaine back to her father. So what do we do? Like, you knew she was coming. And King Ferdinand was like, oh crap, I kind of forgot. And he's like, yeah, but if she comes, this is a big violation. And King Ferdinand, being sort of the proper king that he is like, well, she has to stay here on mere necessity. Like, where else is she going to stay? She has to stay here on mere necessity. And Berowne says, necessity will make us all forsworn 3,000 times within this 3 years space. For every man with his effect is born, not by might mastered, but by special grace. If I break faith, this word shall break for me. I am forsworn on mere necessity. So to the laws at large I write my name, and he that breaks them in the least degree stands in attainder of eternal shame. Suggestions are to others as to me, but I believe, although I seem so loath, I am the last that will keep his oath. But is there no quick recreation granted? So what he's saying here is he believes that it's virtually impossible for them to live these 3 years without even coming within a mile of a woman, because let's be honest, there's probably women like servants in the Kingdom of Navarre. Has to be like lady maids and cooks and all that sort of thing. So how are they going to break it? And from here on out, Berowne is saying that if he happens to break this oath that he's now signing his name to, he's just going to say like, oh, it was absolute necessity. The same way that the king is saying it's absolute necessity that the Princess of France has to stay in the Kingdom of Navarre because she's coming to talk about giving Aquitaine back to her father. So he's doing a little bit of mocking, saying he doesn't think that this is actually possible to do, but he signs his name to the agreement along with everybody else, and he's like, but even though I'm the one that's complaining the most and being the most nitpicky about this whole thing, all of you are going to break this oath before I do. I will keep my oath the longest. But then he does a nice shift of topic, and he's like, isn't there going to be anything fun here in the 3 years that we're here and studying, or do we have to just be study, study, study all the time? And tomorrow, King Ferdinand will tell us about what sort of entertainment they will have in the kingdom during the next 3 years. So I will see you tomorrow for that. Mwah.